Hi, I'm Jcoins here, and I'm going to teach you about grades. So we're going in order from lowest to highest. So I will show you the first one. That means the worst grade. So here is very good condition. Very good. Maybe it would be for VG. It would stand for VG. And it looks very, very worn. And you can just see a tiny bit of writing over there. Just see it. You can see the head, but it's so worn. No detail. Not at all. You can see Britannia. On here it's Britannia, a penny from 1883. You can just barely see the date. And on the edge, this one is a plain one. But if it was in this condition, you'd see like a little bit. Only a little bit. Maybe not even a bit. But it's got a little dent there, like because it's bent there. Okay? So we are going to talk to you about a fact about this. So it's not about the coin, what it is, but these are just examples. So don't worry. And a collector would say this is a good coin. It's done its job for what it was done, for what it was made for. And they say this is a good coin, but not for the grade. At least it did a good thing for the job. And now we are on to fair condition. Here, it's so worn. You can see a tiny bit of text there and there. A bit more than the last one. You can see the date clearly. But you can't see. You can see the eyes and the nose a little bit. And that bit, the bow, I think that's a bow. But it's very, very little detail. And I wasn't showing, on the last one, I was telling the example, but just because that one didn't have like edge like this, but here it's very worn and thin. It's supposed to be thin because it's been in a lot of people's hands like. So here it is in a very hard thing. And I didn't mean hard, but it's very, very worn. Sometimes people say this is scrap and they give it for sale and melt it down, but I won't do that with this coin because it's quite old. And here's a half crown, look, if you're trying to know. So see, you can just see like gaps there, but it's not like chipped in. It was just the things that's left out of it. It's got a tiny bit of muck, a lot of muck there. And the teeth, you can't really see it, but there are teeth on there and it's like mostly worn. So now we're moving on to fine. It doesn't mean like fine, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, fine the grade. The grade fine. So here is a fine example of a crown here, and I think that's an error there because it's supposed to say IV, but it says I, and that's not good. In Roman numerals, it's supposed to be IV. That's Roman numerals right there. But we're not talking about Roman numerals, so I'm sorry about that. But here's, you can see the head, but right there, you can see all the text in there. This is a bit worn, okay. It's a bit less worn. So you see it's 1821. I say that it's actually clearer because it's worn and it's like stands out of the coin. So I normally say that because I've seen better grade coins and I don't see it very well. So you can see little where you can just see that. If you're lucky on a fine coin, you can see that on a crown and the tail details of the horse. And normally these are supposed to have packs here, like strong packs, like 6-pack, 8-pack, stuff like that. But we're not talking about that. And here you can see stuff on the edge. It has writing. There's supposed to be some detailed writing on this, but it is not like it, you can't see it because it's worn out. So we're moving on to very fine. This is not actually a very fine coin. It's a good very fine coin. So all of the grades I'm going to tell you in this video, there is a good or just normal. I didn't bring you a very fine condition, but here I got you a good very fine condition, and that's better than the very fine. You can't see it because there's a little pocket. I'll just straighten it out. There. Oh, I put it upside down. I'm sorry. But you can see the date clearly, but just on here, it's not that easy because it's just in a pocket, and I'm sorry about that, but it is quite good. Maybe I put it back for it to be good. Yeah, there. And here is a half penny. I'm putting it in here. No reason, just because it's quite valuable. So there is a very fine coin. It's very easy to see, but there are a few better grades than this. It has been circulated, but a bit, but it's been like preserved. Preserved means like looked after. I think it's been preserved. So we are moving on to extremely fine. And extremely fine is a really good coin. You might recognize that because I did that with the final one. Do you see? They're both crowns, okay? This one, it's dated 1821, exactly the same as that one, but it's just in a worse grade. And I sometimes think that's 1824 because of that muck there. I sometimes say that's muck, but here it's very shiny, and there are the packs. You won't really see it, but there are the packs. And there's a lot of detail, and it's very easy to see the edge. And if you look on the differences, one is this edge is fatter than this one because everyone's getting their hands on it, and it's getting thinner and thinner and thinner. So we are moving on for extremely fine to uncirculated. And uncirculated is a coin like this. And I'm not giving any of these coins away or selling them, but I'm going to show it. And it means it's never seen circulation. It's never been touched. Some people have I got it into this holder? It used to be in a really broken one that could be like that. It was like this. But actually, I changed it into another one, but it's very risky and dangerous because I did it with a few other uncirculated coins and it got touched. But I squeezed it out, so that's how you get it. And I'm not sure if that muck there is supposed to be there. Maybe it got muck there, but I'm not sure about it because I'm not that big of an expert, but I'm really good at coins, but I'm not an expert and I don't know what one without muck looks like. I'm not sure if it's muck, but even if it has a few nicks and scratches, maybe this has a few nicks and scratches. Maybe when it went into the hopper that day. You can see the date very easily and all the writing and all the details. And it's very easy. You sometimes see a bit worn, but actually it's it still means it's not touching. Maybe it's scratching with other coins, touching each other. That's not really good. It devalues them by doing that. And see, there's a bit of like thing there. Like that's a bit of non-mark, but I'm not sure if I can see it, but the camera can definitely see it. So there is an uncirculated, never touched. It still doesn't mean that it is not uncirculated. It's still uncirculated, even if it has a few nicks and scratches. So now we're going on to a different version of uncirculated. They're still the same, but just it's just like one's better than the other. Here's Brilliant Uncirculated. So Brilliant Uncirculated is very good. It's very shiny. It's near proof. I'm not sure if it's near proof, but the head is very standing out in proof. And I think it looks a bit like proof to me, but I've seen proof coins, but they look very standing out on the head. But this is not proof. I've got no proof coins, sadly. I might have one or two, but I'm not going to show any of them to you today. But just saying, this is very easy to see and shiny. You might recognize one of these. Oh, I've put this in a pocket because it's just never been touched and very valuable. And this morning I put it in and I had to cut it on there, that side, not the coin, but on the paper. And it had to do a few tries to get it in the album. But you might recognize it because of this. But it's fine. But it's just like one date later of this one. And it's very shiny and it's still, there can be nicks and scratches, but it's still brilliant uncirculated. So I hope you had a really good time there, and I hope I just taught you something. And I'll see you in the next video.